This week I had a very difficult client. The scene you just saw was made for a guy called Aramis. If you see this guy on the street, please punch him in the face, because he really gave me a very hard time. And that's what this video is about. Working with difficult clients. Is it worth it? How can you manage them? And how can you finish this project without wanting to kill yourself or your client? Yes, this channel is all about creating art, but also something what is very important to me personally is like how to make a living with your art. And that's what mostly this video is about, because it's great to make awesome art, but it's worthless if you can't make a living with it. So, what identifies as a difficult client? In my experience, it's mostly someone who has a terrible vision. First of all, he doesn't know what he wants, and the things he does want are probably a poor taste.
Weil davon habe ich auch selber welche im Rucksack. Habe ich, also große, ne? Richtig 3 Stück habe ich da stehen.
He obviously doesn't have enough experience and he doesn't know what's good. You as an artist, you probably have a better idea. And mostly, what's even worse than that, if they have no vision. Because that leads to just creating something while he's trying to figure it out. It takes a long time and it is a very tedious process.
Das Amateure. Hinten sieht man jetzt, da ist ein See.
Okay.
Ne? Ein schöner See. Springbrunnen, der fehlt noch. Und dann haben wir da einen schönen Wald links auch noch. Hol mich hier raus.
And what comes on top of that is he micromanages a lot. He's like literally over your shoulder telling you move it a little to the left or move it a little to the right, as if you didn't know how composition worked. And how much do you charge a client like that? When he asked me how much I charge, I literally had to think on my feet, how much would I charge?
Wie viel sprechen wir so?
5,000.
5,000?
Yeah.
I had a second to figure it out, and in this second, like, my brain was working so fast, and I tried to figure out, this is gonna take that long, okay, this is gonna be that much work. $5,000, that's what I said. And I got those $5,000 right here. But was it all worth it for all this work I did? I'll tell you in a second. Your client might wonder, how do you come up with a number? How much do you charge? Like $5,000 is like a number I just said. But really it comes down to how many days do I need to finish this project? How much do I charge a day? And there is sometimes a little extra fee. In that case, I call it the asshole fee. I think the politically correct term is asshole tax, but I'm not really sure. What it means is whatever you're charging, add another 20% asshole tax on it, because that way you can feel better throughout the process working with a difficult client. So that definitely helps. Another fee you can charge, if the situation allows it, is a rush fee. This guy, Aramis, he literally just walked into my house, had me drop everything else I was doing and needed it to be done right now, because this video is going up this week, so it has to be inside this very short time frame. So I had to work right now, and that's when you can charge a rush fee, which can be also around 10 and 20%. So besides the rush fee and the asshole tax, I just charge my regular rate, and that's how I came up with $5,000. For the scene itself, I was obviously lighting my green screen because he wanted to create the backpack he lives in. Yes, he lives in a backpack. He is a weirdo. But inside this backpack, he had lots of notes, what it's gonna look like. He wanted 3 Cybertrucks in there and a Lamborghini, some antelopes. Again, he didn't really have a vision. He just said things at this point. So besides of lighting the scene, I also had to put tracking markers on my green screen itself. I just bought a green one just to help me with the keying. I usually use black ones, but it made it quite difficult to key it, so I bought green ones. Highly recommended. So it's easier to track your scene because I had a moving camera shot. Then we shot it a couple of times. I gave him a few directions and I was so happy that he listened, because usually difficult client, they know what they want, but in that case he gave me a little bit of space, a little bit of freedom, so I could tell him, yeah, can you do it that way better? And he did. So cool. So don't be afraid of standing your ground and giving directions, but just keep in mind that the client is king and in the end he has the last word.
Und das ist jetzt Arbeit oder was?
Ja.
Und damit verdienst du Geld.
But don't be afraid of giving direction and, you know, knowing your business. So definitely trust your instincts, and if they're not appreciated, then just let it go. So after shooting all that, we went up to my office and started working on the scene. I obviously had to track my scene, I had to key it out. Aramis was sitting over my shoulder, watching me on every step. It's not a great environment to work in. I would not recommend having your client working with you unless it's in the end for final touches, but not in the beginning, because you have to do a lot of things. You have to key out your green screen, you have to track your footage, you have to build your environment, and it's easier if you just have a list, an email, or you just write it down of all the things you want to have in them. But in that case, no, he was like sitting literally behind me, bugging me the entire time and telling me what to do. Awesome. And sometimes your client just comes up, especially the difficult ones who don't know what they're doing and never done this before. They have like all those expectations, and at some point you can't just be like, yes, 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 you can do it all. No, you have to stand your ground and be like, you know what? Because he's been asking about antelopes. You wanted like an antelope farm.
Die Antilopenfarm, hast du die schon gespeichert in deinem kleinen Gehirn?
Ich glaube, die wird nicht im Budget sein.
It makes no sense, but okay, I'll try. But I told him it's not in the budget. And that's okay too. He has to respect that. And if he still needs those antelopes done, then find a way to do that cheap. Creating your own antelopes in 3D would take a very long time. Definitely would cost more than $5,000. So what can you do? I told him it was not in the budget. But afterwards, when I was by myself and thinking I can make it work, so I under-promised and I tried to over-deliver, and I found some 3D antelopes which were very low poly, but they were animated, so I could put them somewhere in the background so the client is happy, and if you don't look too close, then it doesn't even look too bad. Overall, just be patient with your difficult clients. Just treat him like a child, you know? He doesn't know any better. It's not his fault that he is what he is. So just be patient and keep your cool. Don't freak out and don't get angry, because it's poor taste to be angry with your clients. So just remember, respect yourself. Don't let anyone treat you poorly, because only because someone pays you doesn't mean he owns you. So just be mindful of that. Speaking of keeping your cool, I didn't. After you left and I finished up his scene, I was so angry. I was like, do you know this kind of anger when you're like, you just see red and you just want to punch a wall? Don't do that. Done it before, it hurts. But I was so angry and I decided, you know what? I'm gonna trash his scene, you know? I did everything he asked me, but then I'm gonna just trash it. Put trash on the ground, like trash cans all over the place, scratch up his Cybertrucks, set his Lamborghini on fire. So I did everything he asked me to, plus a little extra, just for my own personal satisfaction, and it felt good. It felt so good. And actually, it also made the scene a little better. Now to answer the question, is it worth the money to work with difficult clients? Overall, I would say no, it is not. Obviously, you can get paid, it's great, you can pay your bills, and you definitely learn a lesson. The more people, especially difficult people you meet in your life, the more life experience you get, and you know how to handle it better next time. But it is very painful. It is not fun, and that's why we chose this path, this line of work, like being an artist, to make cool things with cool people, and doing it on the cost of your inner peace. No, to me it's not worth it, and I'll definitely try to not do this again.
Ja, das da vorne ist auch richtig schön. Da hinten haben wir alles erneuert vor ein paar Jahren und ist richtig gut geworden hier. Richtig schön geworden. Bin ich glücklich. Hallo Männer.
So again, if you see Aramis on the street, just knock him out. Punch him straight in the face. But hey, at least I got paid. At least I got 5,000. Hold on. This is fake money. Damn it! So that's it for this video. If you have anything to add or want to share your experience with difficult client or fun clients, then let us know in the comments below, because everybody should hear those stories. And one more thing, this video was a collaboration with Aramis Merlin, Aramis's brother, cousin, I don't know. But definitely go check out his video, because he made like a live in Los Angeles weekly vlog, and this little bit with Aramis and me was part of it. So go check it out. The link to his video is in the description, and it's gonna pop up on the screen in a second. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video. Toodaloo.